In Sheep's Clothing, Understanding and Dealing with Manipulative People by George K. Simon is a profound exploration into the nature of manipulative behavior, focusing on how individuals with manipulative tendencies often operate in subtle, indirect ways. Simon, a clinical psychologist, dissects the various techniques used by such individuals, offering readers valuable insights into recognizing and dealing with these behaviors effectively. The book begins by distinguishing between aggressive and manipulative people. Simon emphasizes that manipulators are not necessarily overtly hostile, rather, they often present themselves as charming, caring, and empathetic, making their true intentions harder to detect. This deceptive behavior is part of their strategy to gain control over others without direct confrontation. Understanding the subtlety of these actions is crucial, as manipulative individuals often hide their true motives behind a facade of harmlessness. A key point Simon raises is that manipulators are often able to influence others without resorting to physical force or obvious coercion. Instead, they employ more insidious tactics, such as guilt-tripping, gaslighting, and playing on people's emotions, to subtly steer their actions and decisions. These tactics are typically not noticed until the damage has already been done, and by then, the manipulator may have successfully undermined their target's confidence and sense of reality. Simon discusses how manipulators use their interpersonal skills to create confusion and self-doubt in others. This method, often referred to as gaslighting, involves denying the truth, shifting blame, or presenting false information to distort the perception of reality. Over time, the target of the manipulation may begin to question their own judgment, which makes them more susceptible to further manipulation. By doing this, the manipulator maintains control and avoids direct confrontation. Another significant aspect Simon covers is the idea of enabling behavior, where people around the manipulator unknowingly support or facilitate the manipulation. Enablers might feel sympathy for the manipulator or be convinced by their facade of helplessness, often without realizing they are being used. This dynamic can perpetuate the cycle of manipulation, as the manipulator continues to exploit these enabling behaviors to maintain their control. The book also delves into how manipulative individuals typically lack empathy and a sense of accountability for their actions. They view others primarily as tools to serve their needs and desires, and any emotional or psychological harm they cause is often justified or ignored. Simon explains that manipulators don't feel remorse for their actions and are skilled at deflecting blame when their behavior is challenged. One of the most crucial aspects of Simon's work is his focus on how to deal with manipulative individuals. He provides specific strategies for recognizing and responding to manipulative tactics. A key strategy is setting firm boundaries, which can limit the manipulator's ability to exploit or control others. Simon stresses the importance of asserting oneself and not allowing the manipulator to redefine the terms of the relationship or interaction. Simon also emphasizes the importance of developing self-awareness. By understanding the behaviors and tactics of manipulators, individuals can avoid falling into the trap of manipulation. He encourages readers to trust their instincts and not ignore red flags, even when a manipulator's behavior seems innocent or benign at first. Recognizing these early signs is vital in preventing deeper psychological harm. The book is filled with examples and case studies that illustrate various manipulative behaviors, allowing readers to see how these tactics unfold in real-life scenarios. These case studies help contextualize the psychological concepts Simon presents, making them easier to understand and apply. Through these examples, Simon highlights the various ways manipulative individuals can influence their targets, often with devastating consequences if left unchecked. Simon also explores the psychological motivations behind manipulative behavior. He suggests that manipulators may have deep-seated emotional issues, such as insecurity, a lack of self-worth, or unresolved trauma, that lead them to use others to feel in control. While this understanding can foster empathy, Simon cautions that it is not an excuse for manipulative behavior. He stresses that manipulative individuals must be held accountable for their actions, regardless of the psychological factors behind them. Another major theme in the book is the need for vigilance in maintaining healthy relationships. Simon discusses how manipulative individuals can worm their way into a variety of personal and professional relationships, often making it difficult for people to extricate themselves once they are deeply involved. He provides advice on how to maintain control of one's emotional and psychological boundaries and avoid falling into the manipulator's trap. Simon also emphasizes that not all manipulative behavior is overt or malicious. Some manipulators are simply people who are unaware of the harm they cause, while others may have learned manipulative tactics as coping mechanisms from a young age. Recognizing the difference between manipulative behavior and innocent mistakes is crucial in determining how to respond to a particular individual's actions. The book concludes by offering hope for those dealing with manipulators. Simon asserts that while it can be difficult to deal with such individuals, it is possible to break free from their influence by adopting clear boundaries, maintaining a strong sense of self-worth, and seeking support from others. With the right strategies, people can protect themselves from the toxic influence of manipulators and lead healthier, more autonomous lives. Ultimately, In Sheep's Clothing provides readers with the tools they need to identify and protect themselves from manipulative individuals. It stresses the importance of self-awareness, emotional resilience, and boundary setting, all while acknowledging the psychological complexity behind manipulative behaviors. The book is a valuable resource for anyone seeking to understand and cope with the challenging dynamics of manipulative relationships.